Hi, I'm Christian Triola, author of the Missing Method for Guitar books. And in this video, we're going to take a look at one of the songs that is part of Missing Method 2, which covers the 5th position. However, the song we're going to look at is actually part of the review section that's found at the beginning. So we're going to take a look at some of the notes in 1st position. Now the song that we're going to take a look at is called Box Full of Toys. It can be found on page 17 of Missing Method Book 2. Now one of the things you want to pay attention to with Box Full of Toys, it's in 6/8 time, so it gives you a little practice with a time signature that doesn't come up quite as often for guitar players. So to count that, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now if you notice, I kind of clicked my fingers on 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's the kind of feel that you want to give that. It's called a compound time because you have a click that's not necessarily on every beat like it is in simple time. Instead, it kind of divides it up into groups of 3. And so this whole song follows that type of rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go ahead and play through it now. I'm going to play it at a fairly slow tempo so you can follow along. Now one of the things that I tend to do is instead of playing each note and coming off it, kind of like where you can see I'm moving around a lot, is I try to recognize what chord shape my fingers would make that might help. So at the beginning, if you hold down a C chord, makes it much easier to play those 6 notes. Next measure, you just got to hold down the note B. In the next measure, the chord A minor is what you'll want. Back to the note B. Now that chord is technically called a G/B, the one that I just played. But you're really just holding down one note, that 5th string of the 2nd fret. So the name of the chord in this case isn't as important, it's just knowing where your fingers need to go. All right, in the next line, of course, it's pretty straightforward. You don't need to hold those chords down in the same way. So we'll skip to line 3. In line 3, it's the same kind of thing. Measure 1 follows a C chord. Measure 2, you simply put your middle finger on the note B for a G/B chord. Measure 3 back to A minor. Then the last measure is a little bit different. It starts with just your 2nd finger down for the B note. Then the last note is C. So watch out for that because that's not part of that G/B chord. So I'm going to go ahead and play through it now so you get an idea of what this should sound like. So here is Box Full of Toys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there you have it. So you can see as you play through it, those notes blend together to form a chord, even though you're not playing one all together. I'll give you a quick example of that first measure again. You can hear when I'm done playing that C chord is ringing through, which is what you want. If you don't do that, you can see it's a lot harder to play. And you don't have that chord ringing through. In fact, you have some open strings kind of vibrating, which clash a little bit with those notes. All right, now if you're not familiar with some of those chords yet, there's nothing wrong with that. You can check out the Missing Method for Guitar Chord Master series, and you'll be familiar with those chords pretty quickly. They're very common chords. We also have a video where I explain the 6 most commonly played chords, and some of those chords that I just went over are also featured in that, so you can always check that out as well. All right, I hope that helps you out with that song from Missing Method 2. If you liked it, go ahead and give a thumbs up. I always appreciate it when people do that. You can always subscribe to the channel as well. So be sure to visit our website, themissingmethod.com. Once you're there, you'll be able to find out more of the books that we have, including the ones I mentioned earlier in this video. And if you sign up for our newsletter, you'll get a free ebook, so keep that in mind. All right, until next time, I'll see you in the next video.